Sup gamers, welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles. It's Silver. Last time, we got introduced to our main cast, learned about the mystery of the Monado, and Fiora had a really, bad day. And now, today, we're gonna be spending some time, doing some side quests. Yeah, we had to do those a bit. I just wanted to talk to Fiora, see what she has to say. Have you forgotten anything? Tephra Cave is dangerous, right? You have to be prepared. And prepared we shall be. The first thing that I want to do now, since we now have access to our arts and skill trees, let's go ahead and have a look at those. Let's start off with our arts, because this is something we're more familiar with. Shulk learned the new art. After reaching level 5, Stream Edge. This art will allow Shulk to attack in a fan shape in front of him, and it will inflict break. So Shulk now has 2 arts, including his talent art, that will inflict break damage on an enemy. This is good, but it has its drawbacks. First and foremost is that I said that this art attacks in a fan shape in front of Shulk, and Stream Edge is an AoE art, meaning it can actually grab the attention of an enemy you did not want to, attract. Something else that we can do now with our arts is that we can rearrange them if we so choose. And I want to go ahead and rearrange these into my personal set order. I like having Slit Edge next to the talent art because this just allows me to get into range with for a physical defense down, and backslash as a follow-up. For Reyn here, now that we actually have access to them, I want to do something a little bit different with this art. I want to have all of them here. I'll have Bone Upper right here. Sure, why not? We'll have those there. We're going to go over Reyn in some more detail later, but I just wanted to bring attention to Stream Edge just because this is the one new art that Shulk has that we didn't go over last time, and we're probably not going to be playing a Shulk for a little bit. Likewise, we now have the ability to change the party leader. We can now play as Reyn, meaning we're going to be going over him in due time. Reyn. Haha! I couldn't resist with this character. He's just too easy. Next up for skills, I'm going to use Shulk as an example here. Starting off, we have 3 branches here. Humanity, Integrity, and Intuition. Integrity, his default skill branch, will prioritize Shulk's block rate. Just by having this one set, Shulk's block rate will be increased by 4%. Not bad. Considering how squishy Shulk is, this might not actually be that bad. His starting skill is medium equipment. This just allows for medium weight armor to be equipped. This is a skill that just about every character gets, and it's not really very useful. Let's go ahead and see what humanity brings us. Prioritizing this trait will improve his ether. Okay. Ether is basically Xenoblade's magic system. Any character with high ether is basically someone who's going to be attacking via a means that is not physical. Not just attacking, but any art that is not physical in the least bit, such as Shulk's Light Heal, goes off of this stat. As of right now, Light Heal is the only art that goes off of it, and therefore, humanity is not really going to be much useful for us. Intuition, on the other hand, is an outright godsend. Prioritizing this will improve Shulk's agility. Agility is not exactly what it may seem. This may have you believe that this is basically the character's speed stat. And in some ways, you might be right, but in others, you are not. All agility does is improve the character's evasion and their accuracy. So imagine if say in Pokemon, you use Double Team, but instead of it just raising your evasiveness, it raises your accuracy as well. That would be an extremely busted stat increase, and this is exactly what Intuition basically does. As such, I want to go ahead and have Shulk prioritize this just because having the ability to evade a lot of attacks with a character this squishy is too good to pass up. Moving on to Reyn, we're gonna go ahead and go over his Spirit skill branch. This will improve his strength. Strength for a character like Reyn is really damn essential. Reyn likes to operate more of like a sponge tank type character, and just having the ability that just hit hard is great to have. His default skill is also medium equipment, so yeah, just further cementing in the stone what I was talking about earlier about, medium equipment skills. Moving over into Enthusiasm, this will improve Reyn's critical hit rate. Crits, I don't really have to go over. With every single attack and art, there is a chance that you will get a critical hit. Enthusiasm will help Reyn boost that by 2%. I don't really see the need for this one more for Reyn than his strength, just because Reyn already has a bunch of arts that are, specialized for attracting aggro, and this is what crits would usually do. But it's good to have in mind for later down the road, because there are other characters in this game that act similarly to Reyn. But we'll get to them later. And Diligence. Prioritizing this will improve agility. We've already gone over agility. And for Reyn in particular, because I want him having the aggro more, this is definitely a skill branch worth considering. Right now, I'm just going to keep him on Spirit. This way he has some, actual good strength skills coming in. And we can actually, hit like a damn truck. Alright, and now for the final new feature that I want to show off this time before we actually get into the main, course of this video. Change time. In Xenoblade Chronicles, there are quests that are locked behind time of day. Some NPCs will only appear in day, likewise at night, this NPC right here being one of them. He is a generic Defense Force soldier. Have you ever been to the pool below Outlook Park at night? There's a monster called Lake Magdalena that appears there. It would mean a lot if you could eliminate it once and for all. Alright, we get ourselves another challenge quest. So yeah, as you can see, we are playing as Reyn. Now that he's actually accessible as the party leader, we can actually do that. And up here, there might be another NPC that I might want to talk to. And yes, here you are. Give me your quest. Ridge Antolls. You get more monster quests. And you have more for us. Go ahead and give us all that you can. Monster Quest 1 Part 2. Cute Brogs. For any of you guys who've actually played this game and you've seen a Brog, those things are not cute in the least bit. Well, I don't know. Maybe the first batch you see might be. But I wouldn't exactly call these guys cute or anything. Let's go ahead and change the time once again, because I think I may have skipped out on a quest last time. And yes, we did skip out on a quest. Okay. The Challenge 1, Evil Rangrat near Tephra Hill. Alright, well that's conveniently on our path to Tephra Cave, so that's always, nice to have. You can just knock that quest out once we get to the, once we actually get there. And a lot of side quests in Xenoblade Chronicles act like this. A lot of them will become accessible when you're on the beaten path. And I couldn't have this any other way. Nobody likes, going off the beaten path a lot of the time to do a bunch of side quests. And there is a lot of that too in this game. But it's not really as monotonous in this game. I mean, yeah, sure, this game is huge, but it's not as bad as what, most other RPGs would have you believe, is what I'm trying to say. Jeez me. Anyway, over here we have a new part of Colony 9, the residential district. And right here... Sorry for causing all this trouble. It'll be up and running as soon as we secure some ether cylinders. Until then, please keep your distance. This is indeed the mobile artillery that crashed into the house that Colonel Vanguard was making such a big fuss over. And we also see that we have a bit of an oil leak over here. Nothing too crazy. We can play around. Yeah. Apparently it caused the camera to, you know, go haywire on its own. And, you know, after finishing up Mario 64, having a camera like this, feels so we got another side quest here. Any yolkless for me eggs. This guy wants us to go hunt down a bird for its eggs, so he can well, considering the fact that this is kind of what humans do all the time with our eggs, it kind of, you know, it kind of checks out. But still, though, just the fact that we're going hunting for this thing is kind of... ugh. And on our map, we can see we got another heart-to-heart. Let's see if we can view it, and we can't. These requirements will become visible in the heart-to-heart list later in the story. If that message pops up, one of two things is apparent. The first is that you do not... one of three things, actually. Maybe even a mix of all of them. The first is that you do not have the right party members available yet for it. So it's just going to highlight that out, just, you know, make sure it doesn't spoil you. The second is that you are not far enough into the story. Some heart-to-hearts will only open up when you've progressed a certain amount. And there is no telling which heart-to-hearts these might be. Unless... yeah, no. Good luck viewing these. Also, the third, in case an event that you're wondering, you don't have the affinity requirements. Which reminds me, let's go ahead and pull up our affinity chart real quick. As we can see right now here, we have 1-star affinity with the Colony 9 area. We only have 1 NPC registered. These stars, you will get more of them the more... okay, let me rephrase that. Jesus Christ, I cannot speak today. These stars indicate how much the area, in this case Colony 9, likes you in the party. The more and more side quests you do, the more stars you will get. What do you get with higher star affinity? More side quests, better rewards, and better of something else that we will be getting into later down the road. Now, I want to head back... not here. This is not where I want to be at all. We're going to head up here. And we can see on the map that we have a red exclamation mark. This means, once I get the side quest, just because you're right here, it's a generic search quest. We can see it on the map. We can see it right in front of us right here going through this house. And we're just going to cut through and grab it. Quest complete. This was the key that we got last time. Okay. Problem solved is an achievement. I believe this one is gotten for completing, I think, 3 side quests. You'll see a bar for it down below on what it actually does. But yeah, that's basically about the gist of it. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the daytime. Since this is a new area, naturally, this would lead you to believe, hey, there's a bunch of other side quests here. And you're right. Look at that. We just had 4 of these side quests just become accessible to us now. And, okay, wow, I can... whoa, okay. I've been getting complaints from customers. Sorry to ask, would you get me some kind of glowing rocks? Rainbow zirconias. This is a collection quest, meaning those are collectopedia items. And wow, Rainbow zirconias is like the most random name you can possibly think of out there. We got... yes, no. We got a Nopon here. Where's my shiny treasure? I get sad if I don't look at it every day. I'd be really happy if you find it for me. Sounds like a search quest. Bluegrass bead. You know, I don't remember this item, yet I've 100% in this game like 3 times. Really weird. Alright. And, you know, while I'm going around grabbing some of these, actually, we don't really have time anymore for this, but I'll just do it later on because this is basically the last of our quests here. We got a giant hornet. Giant hornet sounds like something that would terrify the ever-loving shit out of me. I am not, as someone who has a fear of, like, any insect with a stinger on its ass, yeah, that is genuinely terrifying. Anyway, we're going ahead and initiate our first named NPC quest. So before I go into this, as you can see right now, I'm given a prompt here. I can press A to talk to him, which would initiate the side quest, or I can press Y to trade. Selecting the item you want. Items are exchanged 1 for 1. Choose the item you want for among those offered by the person you are talking to. You can only trade if you hand over an item that is worth more money than the one you want to take. Select an item you don't mind parting with and agree to trade. Hand over a really valuable item and you might get some kind of bonus. This is a hint for something later. As such, Dionysus here seems to trade over the Rainbow Zirconias, and that's something that I wouldn't really be, you know, I wouldn't mind trading for. Except not really, because, one, Rainbow Zirconias aren't exactly what I would call a rare collectible, and the only thing that we would need for that is Plate Snow, which is something that we will need later on. So, let's go ahead and talk to him and initiate your quest. Hey there, youngin'! Care to lend an ear to the oldest person in Colony 9? I'm all ears. Yeah, let's hear your story. It's the same old problem. You know what I'm on about. My back's playing up again. I suppose you know what I need. Bring me some medicinal brog oil. That stuff works a treat on my old back. You look fitter than anyone, Gramps. You exercise every day, don't you? I just endure the pain and fake a smile like I'm hunky-dory. Please, help an old man get back on his feet, won't you? The key to a long life. We need 2 lots of medicinal brog oil. And we can see down there that our quest rewards are 500 gold, 50 experience, and light shoes. This is one of those really rare... Oh yeah, that right there. That is a new feature in this game called commenting. I plan on showing every last ounce of it. Commenting only occurs when you talk to a specific NPC and with the right party member. As such, with Dionysus here, we needed Ryan in the party for it. So yeah. Honestly, it is kind of worth pointing out because, well, these are the 2 party members we're kind of forced with right now, so that kind of stinks. But as I was saying earlier, regarding the Plate Snow, we will need that for a little bit later. Oh shoot. Yeah, I need to go back here. It's not exactly there. And introducing a new element for this game. Sometimes you can actually jump over certain, you know, obstacles in your path. So yeah, that's the bluegrass bead. No wonder I forgot about it. I collected it without even, you know, looking at the item, and that just sums it up for me. Anyway, we can probably see another side quest over here, and this kind of brings me into commenting. This one over here with Nira Nira. Neither Shulk nor Reyn will comment on Nira Nira's quest, meaning we're gonna have to hold off on this one for a little while. Yeah, it's sad, because, it looks so lonely over there. Next up, I kind of want to go over to Gemman's stall. We got something else that we can go and collect. And by something else, that is another side quest. I want friends to defeat Waltzite Gwynry in Mag Mell Ruins. Other day, I almost get eaten by Gwynry and smaller critters. Thought it was my dying day. Alright, challenge quest 4. Defeat Waltzite Gwynry at the Mag Mell Ruins in Tefra Cave. Okay, bash monsters on head. I said last time that the Nopon have their own dialect, and yeah, that's true. These guys are, they can get contagious from time to time as well, so I hope you're not interested in really, well, doing much of that. Anyway. Oh, level ups for completing a search quest. And Shulk just teleported right in front of me. Alright, now that we're level 6. I think we're good to actually start knocking out some of these side quests. Some of these can be, well, as easy as hunt down the right monsters and, you know, just kill them. Or you are going to have a really tough time because luck is a factor in this. I'm not kidding. Behind Dunban's house here, there's another search quest complete with another 50 experience. The wedding ring. Alright, we're actually making some progress here. And now that we're done with that, let's go kill some monsters, because that's what everybody wanted to see. We need... oh, item orb. This is the giant hornet that we needed. Yeah, here's a difference between Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition and the original Xenoblade Chronicles. In Definitive Edition, they added exclamation marks over the item orbs so that you will know which items that you need, which item orbs contain the, well, collectible that you need for a side quest. Really glad they did this because later on in the game, this is gonna get outright monotonous. Starting us off, there's another giant hornet. Yeah, those aren't exactly what I would call rare collectibles. They mostly just serve as a, you know, like tutorial. For, you know, collection quests. A strong dandelion. Okay. Over here we have beach crabbles that we need for a quest. So let's go ahead and, you know, go over Reyn some in this instance. Starting off with Bone Upper. When this attack connects, it will fill his talent gauge. Considering Reyn's specialty for attack, this is a good thing. While down inflicts topple. That is the art that we've seen Shulk follow up with, and wow, we got a small shell for that. That's really cool, actually. Yeah. While down inflicts topple. We've seen Reyn use this art before. It's not exactly a rare one. Hammer Beat. Attacks and temporarily increases aggro. It's also kind of a bit of an AoE art. I say kind of because it's not exactly what I would what is, well, a fan shape in front of, and I missed the wild down timing. Reyn's talent art. Mad Taunt. This will increase aggro. So yeah, Reyn has plenty of tools for, you know, getting the aggro, which makes Shulk's life really easy. And we just completed 2 side quests in 1. We got the beach crabbles taken care of, and we got the small shells. And I just got another one right there, so we were really good on that. Moving right along. You guys got nothing for me right now. So yeah, you can definitely tell that, you know, completing some of these quests. Cool Potato. Nice name. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, some of these collectibles have some really funny names, and yeah, we are just rolling around in these side quest objectives, and wow, we just gained more experience for discovering Anti-Air Battery 1. Just by exploring around and doing as many side quests as you can, you are going to be rolling around in experience. In addition to that, this game's difficulty is basically determined by how many side quests you do, especially due to the difference in agility. So, I really like watching low-level runs of this because it's actually just because of that particular stat, it makes things really difficult from time to time. We're not exactly going to be able to, you know, show off Reyn's other 2 arts because this Lake Family is already dead. And we got the Yokel's Family egg that we needed. That was fast. But we still need to kill some of you guys for a side quest. So, off we go. Rage. Grants a spike. Lowers physical damage and its attack. So, spikes. This is a part of Xenoblade Chronicles that I don't really like. If spikes will inflict damage to not only you, if the enemy has one, but also if you have one, the enemy will be inflicted with it. This will inflict damage on an enemy who will simply, well, attack you. It is outright frustrating from time to time because Jesus Christ. Sometimes you'll have a fight that's going so well, and then it's just completely undone by a random spike that you just cannot control. Since it's working in our case starting off, it's not really that bad. Going into our next art, Aura Burst, inflict strength down. Nothing crazy here. Yeah, it's already dead. We are just having an easy time here. Yeah, I'm just gonna Mad Taunt and then Hammer Beat. This will get Reyn a crap ton of aggro, and then I'm just gonna activate the Spike. You can just do as much damage as you wish. Yeah, see, the thing just took 70 damage in Spike damage, and that was more damage than it inflicted on me. That's how ridiculous this can get. I'm gonna target the Skeeter before, you know, it actually changes the nighttime, because we are like 4 seconds off from that. Yeah, now it's nighttime. We're gonna be getting a different selection of enemies, and yeah, you can just see that we are just rolling around in this. Yeah, I want more of that. Strength down. But yeah, if you're like the spammy type player, I definitely recommend Reyn more than Shulk. And we just got an achievement, Helpful Stranger. We get Sweet Nectar, and Reyn learned a new art. Let's go ahead and, you know, try and lure some of these other enemies away from it, because, oof. Level 10 Baby Armu. These are like the toughest enemies we've come across up to this point. And I wish I was joking about that. Let's initiate a battle with it, see how well things go. Yeah. Gonna activate this. Turn Strike is active. Yeah. War Swing. This will fill a talent gauge when the attack connects, and this is a multiple hit art, and it is AoE. Reyn should have multiple opportunities to use his talent art, just because of how many arts that he has that fills it. Between his auto attack, Hammer Beat as well. Ow, that actually kind of hurt. Yeah, I'm knocking you down. Screw you. So yeah, between Hammer Beat, War Swing, and his auto attack, Reyn should be getting his talent art a boatload. It's very spam happy, to say the least. We got a little Vang here. We need these guys for a side quest as well, so we're just gonna go ahead and kill them until we get the items that we need, and I just got one automatically. Silver chests, if you get them, will guarantee a rare item. In this case, the Vang Tooth that we need for that one side quest. So I'm just going to go ahead and see you guys back when we finally get the second one of these things and put the side quest to bed. Alright, we got it. That completes the collection. Completes the collection quest. Great going me. Alright, on the way back, we ran into some more enemies that we can kill. I'm not even joking. Beware of fall damage. Oh well. You heal over time after a battle anyway. There are no potions in Xenoblade Chronicles. Just thought I'd let you know that. Also, while we're at it, I would love to comment on, you know, how quotable these characters are from some time. I already brought up Reyn time, but there's more than just that, and I'll comment on them when they pop up. But for right now, we have a cute Brog, and, well, yeah, you can kind of see exactly how hideous these monsters can be sometimes. And I was going to activate the Aura Burst and lower your strength. Well, I guess that's not happening anymore. And with a bone upper, wow, that's the exact kind of animation I would expect for an enemy dying to an uppercut. Medicinal Brog Oil. Alright, we got one of the two that we needed for the key to a long life. Let's go ahead and knock out this Brog. And activate this. Aura Burst. Lower your strength. This way we're not taking copious amounts of damage. I'm going to activate War Swing there. This will get Mad Taunt. Yeah, These battles are going swimmingly at this point, and I got hit with an art called Smash. That does a lot of damage. Well, a lot of damage for this early. Turning it around as an achievement. Nice. And we didn't get the Brog Oil from this one. And that's it. That was a silver chest. We got all the lots of medicinal Brog Oil that we needed. However, you may have noticed that that quest did not complete right there. We actually have to take those lots of medicinal Brog Oil back to Dionysus. So, we'll do that a little bit later. It's not like this thing's gonna be expiring soon. In the meantime, I want to complete some more, well, you already saw it coming, side quests. We got Ridge Antles here that we needed to hunt, and, well, this allows us to do it. I don't want to mess with that guy over there on the right just yet. He's a... Oh, okay. That happened. Yeah, I don't exactly want to mess with that guy just yet, just because, that is a pretty dangerous monster over there. We'll get into him a little bit later. Shulk, if you want to use backslash, that works too. That completes that quest. And I think we are done with almost... Who learned that new art? Reyn? Oh, War Swing. Of course, how could I forget? I'll check our quest log, see what we're looking like. Key to a Long Life, Monster Quest Part 3, The Colony Crabbles. Oh no. Stone Crabbles are pretty bad too. Hand Bonnets. I think we don't run into those until like Tefra Hill. Yeah, we don't. Same goes for the Wood Bonnets, and we still have all of our challenge quests to go through. Other than that, we still have the 2 Rabbit Diodes and the Rainbow Zirconias, so we got all of the monster quests taken care of at least. So I guess with that out of the way, I'm gonna bring Shulk back into the party lead just because what we're about to be getting into is some pretty dangerous business. Right here. Beware of unique monsters. Unique monsters are much stronger than other monsters in the field. Defeat them, and you will be rewarded with better quality items. In this case, Verdant Bluecoal. We need him for a quest as well. Yeah. We have to go and beat this big-ass Caterpile. Let's do it! And be greeted by some really good music. Turn it up for an achievement. Nice. Uh-oh. That's not great. I need to get out of here. Oh my god. Get out of here. 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 And I died. Yeah, these guys are no joke. That was our first death. In Colony 9. If the leader is incapacitated, you will return to the previous landmark. Yes. Come on, cheer up. That is 20 experience rewarded to you for simply dying. Yes, I'm not joking. So, since we can't exactly kill that thing just yet, I'm gonna turn it over the daytime. And we're just gonna recuperate here, because that thing, well, kind of kicked our ass. So, we have some side quests that take us over into an area called Agora Shore. We've never been there. I want to bring up my area maps real quick. You see what this heart-to-heart is right here? This is Agora Shore. I'm not kidding. We have to go all the way over there. And we gotta jump over this cliff to do it. Also, yeah, In case of an event that this wasn't obvious by this point, yes, you can swim in this game. But that's not the important thing. Only in Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition did they add an auto-run feature. So, if you're in a situation like this where you don't really have where you're just in a long, dull area like this, where you're swimming constantly, or if you're just in an area where you're just running for a long time and there's nothing in sight, auto-run is your friend. I'm not kidding. This feature is actually a godsend sometimes. We're just going to collect some of these item orbs over here. It's always nice to go for a shiny. The prairie dragonfly. You know, if I can run into some of these like collectibles, that would actually be really nice. But yeah, going into Verdant Bluecle some more, that thing kind of kicked our ass. It's usually not a unique monster that I lose to a lot of the time, but if you're not prepared, it can really prove itself to be tough. Wait, is this? We just got both Rainbow Zirconias right there. Wow, so I think all we need now are the rabbit diodes. But yeah, we're coming up on Agora Shore. It's right there in front of us. And, oh boy. This is a journey. This is indeed a journey. Cue some water level music. And well, welcome to Agora Shore. The enemy that we need is right there in front of us, the Stone Crabble, at level 9. Wow, I knew you guys were powerful, but I didn't think you were this strong. Jeez. Okay, inflict some physical defense. I probably should have done that before going for backslash. Crap. Okay, we got breakdown. Nice, nice, nice. Now we just wail on it until it's dead. And that's a level up. Did we complete that quest at all? No, we did not. I think it's like 2 of them. And this one's exactly our level. Alright, so we actually get an even fight here. Not that it was really not that skewed in its favor beforehand. We kind of killed it no problem last time. And that was terrible. Okay, I guess this is going to be more of an even fight after all, just because Shulk has the aggro. And it just happened to move completely out of my way. I missed turn strike. Okay, this is... Oh, I think I got inflicted with slow. That can happen sometimes. Okay, we got experience for killing that monster. We got the quest is complete. And well, oh my god. Get us out of here. Next up I want to go, wait. I see that exclamation mark. See, now like, oh, that thing, that will attack us. If you see an eye on its like initial, on that little like red icon above it, if you see an eye, that thing will attack you. You have to be extremely careful with enemies like that, especially at those levels, because it's entirely possible for you to just get completely blindsided by that type of enemy. And we are very close to our mystery collectible. I think this is one of the rabbit diodes, actually. Yes, it is. We got a rabbit diode, and we got red lettuce. It's really weird, because rabbit diodes are usually, you know, not that rare of a collectible themselves, either. We got a side quest up here. Hold up. I want to go grab that real quick. Oh, wow, this one takes us out really far. This is a part of Colony 9 that you don't ever have to explore. And it's right here. The second rabbit diode is collected. And you know, just curious, I want to see what's like back here on this other side. I've only been back here like 3 times, and both of which were to 100% this. So I'm kind of just curious as to see what's back here. We got light skeeters, a bunch of Flammy. Anything special? Level 39 heavy Brogs. Yeah, that's not something I want to endure. Also, I can't exactly go up there. Alright. With sundown approaching, I think it is probably a good time to... Let's try a rematch with Verdant Bluecoal. I think I got a little bit sloppy last time, so... We're gonna try this again and see, you know, what happens. I sure hope this actually goes better than it did before, because... I mean, well, now it has a blue portrait, meaning we have to be going somewhere. I'm gonna let Reyn take the lead. It's gonna get its aggro. I'm gonna hang back here. This will get off a free slit edge. It's not gonna start off with its, you know, initial art, so this is gonna get us allow some heavy damage. If Reyn can go for Wild Down, that'd be really nice. Rage is always good to have too. It's not really going for any of its, you know, usual arts here. Just gonna hit it with that again. If I can get the aggro myself, that'd be nice. There we go. Can you do it, please? Yes! Get some more break going. Not that it's gonna really do much. Let's heal Reyn some. That's gonna hurt. That's bad. That's really bad. Reyn. We are really close to beating this thing. I think we can do it. Caterpillar attack. Missed! Okay, that's good. That's huge. And it's done before I can even get off my stream edge. That's challenge 2 completed. Hunter in training. You get this one for completing a challenge quest. And it's now nighttime. And we got really good equipment for doing that. Ooh, shiny. Yes, this achievement is achieved for simply collecting a gold chest. Gold chests are something that only unique monsters... I cannot speak with this. Unique monsters will always drop gold chests. So yeah, you can keep that in mind. I don't want to collect a quest from you just yet. I actually want to come down here and talk to you. Yes, sir. I'm thinking of making some kind of trap for catching insects. I just don't have the time to get all the materials I need. Will you help a guy out? One portion of plate snow. I have 3 of them. So, you might be thinking I have to go out and, you know, hunt that thing down regardless. Nope, wrong. It's already complete. Yeah, we just completed a side quest just like that. I completely forgot this guy was even here, but yeah. That's basically the end of that one. And with all that out of the way, we have slain our first unique monster. We've gotten a hell of a lot stronger since you know, in preparations for Tephra Cave. And I think that'll do us for now. Next time is Xenoblade Chronicles. We're gonna be making some more progress in the way of side quests. And maybe setting out towards Tephra Hill. See you guys then.